I love proximity. I love relationship capital. I love connective tissue. I love being able to teach. I love being taught. And you know, what's amazing for me, Rob Gill, Epic Elite AAU, this is our first ever basketball camp behind us. There's so much that I learned from the kids that were on this team this year that I never thought was going to happen when I started this. And, you know, I'm going to introduce David Monroe right here. What's up, Dave? How you doing?
Hello.
David was one of each kid taught me differently. They really did. There's different personalities and different things. But David taught me a lesson in patience. And when you're around David, he's a man of few words. His action and his results are undeniable. And just being around him and getting to know him and him feeling comfortable around me was it was a great journey. And we're gonna share his story, where he's going, where he is now, and where it all started. But make no mistake about it, he is one of the premier players here in New Jersey as a sophomore going into his junior season. The upside is massive, not only as a basketball player, but I'm here to say right now, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a winner in the game of life. I'm going to check all those boxes right now, because from what I've seen and what my spidey senses tell me, that he is on the rise and there's no denying it. And with that, David, first of all, thank you so much for being here.
It's good to be here.
Thank you for working the camp.
It was fun.
And you got the most enthusiastic award today by all the campers, which I think was incredible. I didn't see that coming. See, that's what I'm talking about. He's quiet. And then at the end, when we had a cheer to who was the most enthusiastic, it wasn't even close to second. And I thought the second place person, when they first said it, was going to win. So David Monroe continues to shine. Now, Dave, let me ask you a question. Where are you originally from? Where did you grow up in the first 10 years of your life?
I was born in Brooklyn, and I moved to Jersey when I was a year old.
Okay.
And moved to Jersey to live in Neptune.
So you've been there since you were 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know Neptune. That's where you grew up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always find it interesting because, you know, basketball you could have some bad apples and you could have some good apples along the way, but when you're talented and as good as you were, right, I'm assuming you were good on the come up in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, how were you able to kind of see through who you wanted to be with, who you didn't want to be with, as your name and your reputation began to grow?
I just had to really surround myself with good people. I mean, I feel like if you're around bad people, you're slowly going to eventually turn into someone who you don't want to be and blend in with everyone else.
Yeah, 100% correct, by the way. And how were you able to avoid that? Like, you know, how were you able to kind of create boundaries for yourself and put yourself in a position to prosper on a basketball court?
There has to be a lot of positivity. If you're playing basketball and you're in the gym and the people around you are heads down and just like not really showing like what they're about and just like really just not giving respect or everything like that, it's not a place to be. Yeah. It doesn't fit well.
And as a teammate, right? Let's assume that that you have a teammate that is working real hard, but is going through some tough times. Are you one of the guys that reaches out, that wants to be able to help out? Like, how does that make you feel as a leader? Like, what does that look like for you?
I definitely see it a lot, and sometimes I'm really hesitant to say something because I'm not sure how they would react.
Yep.
I don't want to say something and then be like, man, I don't care, you know. But when I know them, I'm very comfortable going up to them and telling them what's wrong, and I never want to be the guy to feel like I'm picking an argument. Yep. And I only want to fix the problem.
So with that being said, though, once you have the teammates and there is no confusion about relationship, no confusion about who's who, do you have a problem being a leader and telling someone they got to step up and wake up and stuff like that?
No.
If they're stepping out of line?
Yeah, I would tell them.
Yeah.
They, you know, because I hope they have my best interest, because I'll always have my teammates' best interest also. I would rather be on a team where no one's the best player at all, but we all are connected and we care about one another, than be on a team and have one good player, two good players that don't care about anyone else.
Yeah. And I was able to see that. I got to tell you, from, I would say, early June till we finished out the run, what I saw in you is your leadership, actionable leadership, rise in such a way that even in the huddles and even in you, I saw a side of you that I didn't know was there in the last 5 weeks. That I call it gravitational pull. Your gravitational pull was so powerful that all I wanted to do was help you in any way I could. And not that you were looking for it, because he wasn't. His leadership was so undeniable. And when you start stuff like this, you don't know who's who, right? You have no idea. Somebody introduced you to somebody else, and it's about understanding relationships and understanding people. But for me, before basketball, whoever I work with, I always want to know who they are at the core. And, you know, I love the relationship that I have with your dad and that you have with your dad. But, you know, when me and your dad talk, him and I understand each other on a very good level. And, you know, he's always brilliant when it comes to even the things I don't see. But I can tell you, when it comes to parents and kids, not that coaches are bad, not that coaches don't have best interests, but don't be a parent and expect the coach to make your kid better or expect the coach to solve all your kids' problems in basketball. And that's some of the things that me and your dad talk about. If it is to be, it's up to me. How do we serve our kid the best so they can be critical, and you are a critical thinker? And how do we be able to serve them so they could ask the right questions and be a critical thinker? And I think that hats off to your dad. When he does watch this, I want to say a shout out to him. But you as a person, I think that on the floor you're phenomenal. But I really believe off the floor as a big brother, right? I see you with your little brother. I see that you take on a certain role. You have a certain dynamic in your personality. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What does it look like for you?
Doing what I love the most, playing basketball on the highest level, because I know I have the people around me that I need to succeed. I know that I'm willing and able to do what I have to do to get to the next level, and most of all, I'm excited and I'm never going to back down to the challenge that's in front of me.
Can you talk about so in order to get there, you know it's going to require a lot of hard work, obviously, right?
A lot of sacrifices.
Can you talk about what your work ethic in basketball looks like?
For me, I need to always never give up on any play and really hunt for my moment, not to shine, not to stand out and give oohs and ahs, but to really just do what I got to do to make sure that we win. That means going out and getting a rebound, reading the defense and making the right pass, get into the open spot, taking good shots. All that is just really a lot of playing and being patient and not, seeing an open gap and shooting it as fast as I could and running into a double team and tripping over the ball. It's just being really patient.
Have you always had that ability to let the game come to you? Is this something you've developed over the years? Because that's a phenomenal outlook.
I think it's always just been there.
Okay.
It's never been me to go and rush something and just be forcing nothing. It's always been let the game come to you, and what happens, you take your opportunity, you don't miss it.
Yeah. Awesome. So you want to share a little bit about where you're going in September and what the next 9 months looks like for you? Where you see it, what's got you excited, and the opportunity in front of you, which I think is unbelievable.
So I'm going to College Achieve, and I'm beyond excited. It's I can't help but smile whenever I think about it because it's exciting. It's something to look forward to. It's something to be proud of, everything. It's right by my house, walking distance, and I love the coach, I love the players, I love the game, I love the school. I went there when I was younger in 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. And just being home, being away at Bergen Catholic for my freshman and sophomore year, it was hard, an hour and some drive there and back every day, to being able to get in the car and make a quick drive, and now I am at the gym in school, so it's entering a whole different world. And I know that the amount of work that I'm going to put in this year is triple the amount that I have in the last couple of years. I know that the resources that I need are here.
Wow.
And not where it was before. I know that I'm in better hands, and I know that I have a community around me who cares, and that's just having me just to have me, to say they have me. So I'm really excited, and I know that this year is going to be the time for me to really leak through the scenes and get my name out there like it should be, and show everyone who I am and how amazing I really could be.
Yeah, David, that first of all, it's amazing, and thank you for sharing that. I just seen the way you smiled as you talked about that. It was right in your nervous system, which is what this is all about. And when you hear about Epic Elite talking about financial literacy, does that mean anything to you? Do you feel, and I'm not leading you with this question, I'm just asking in general terms, like just the experience with us, the non-traditional things that we did, how did that resonate for you? Because you're a person that, you've seen a lot, and you've seen what you don't like. I know that, just in our private conversations. Can you talk a little bit about that and where it's kind of putting you mentally going forward?
It's just that I know that here is nothing like anywhere else I've been, any other team I've been. This is really a family. I mean, you get to know the players, you get to know the coaches. You put all your ego and you put all the, oh, I don't like that and that hurt my feelings to the side, and really get to know the person and that they actually care. It's different, It's not just smiling in your face.
Yeah, yeah. And we had a great journey together. We have some good tapes and good highlights. And the thing I'm most proud of the most was when you guys were able to get on stage and talk to and be in front of a bunch of business owners. I think that for me, what I want to be able to teach all you guys is how to be businessmen, how to think critically, how to understand how money works in a multiplier fashion. And as we launch out our financial literacy course, College Achieve is going to get behind it. They are going to promote it. They're going to have someone in the school teach it, but it's going to be my videos with our slideshows that go with it. I'm excited about that because they're my first answer in that space. But I'm more excited about how we could take kids, no matter who they are, and really teach them that if you stick with the discipline of basketball, but eventually lead that into other areas of your life, so many good things could happen because of the power of social media, the power of the internet, between branding and marketing. And I see a lot of stuff that you put out there, which is incredible. I think that if there's people out there that have watched you from afar, that don't really know you, you're very, very interesting, very introspective. Can you talk a little bit about when no one's looking, what are some of your hobbies and what are some of the things that you really enjoy about life outside of basketball?
I love movies. I watch a lot of movies, and honestly, if I'm not playing basketball, I'm probably either just relaxing. I do a lot of recovery.
Yep.
I like to play games, of course, and I love to listen to music.
Yeah.
I feel like with anything I do, like washing the dishes, chores around the house, anything that doesn't involve a lot of noise being made, I'm gonna have music in the background because it's
soothing.
The little beat in your head, little humming, is just a good way to relax.
So wait, that's really cool. Could you talk about chores that you do dishes, right? Dad and mom taught you that you have to do dishes. And is it a job or is it just part of what it is? Like, what does that feel like for you? Because it sounds like as you're doing dishes, it soothes you because it puts you in a different mindset.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people is like, oh, dishes, but I am kind of the same way, but sometimes doing the dishes is relaxing. It's sometimes just what you need to just put your music on and focus on the dishes and not basketball or school or other people. It's just something to ease.
What Dave just said, though, let me just talk about it for you business owners, because you could be inside the box in your business that works a certain way, but innovation comes from outside. So if you look at Epic Elite AAU, what was our innovation? Well, I didn't play by their rules, right? So I came in from the outside and I flipped the table. Same thing in my primary business. I don't play by the rules of the insurance industry. We use social media as a way to create relationships. And when you detach, even temporarily, your brain begins to work in favor for what you want to be able to do next. I suspect, and if I spent more time with David, I would probably learn this even more, that after those kind of things that he does that creates that little detachment, when he comes back in, he has a fire in his eyes. And he sees certain things that he may not have seen before that. And I'm just going to leave it like this, Dave. And first of all, thank you for everything. Thank you for teaching me so many lessons. Thank you for being part of Epic. Thank you for being somebody whose action was so much louder than their words, and it was so congruent. What is to anybody, little kid, high school, whatever, what is your message right now to the world? So when you look back on this 5 or 10 years from now, and you either laugh or you're like, yeah, I was on that path, and that's what I was thinking. What would your message be right now?
You're the best. It's not being cocky. It's not being full of yourself. You're the best. Make or miss. someone scores on you, you know, you go right back at it. Never forget that you are yourself, and there's never going to be another one of you. So
Wow.
no matter what you do, you're the best at it, and that's it, fail or not.
I love it. Listen, folks, get ready to watch him. David Monroe is going to College Achieve. He's going to be a junior. You heard it here first. He's on the rise. And by the way, when you hear him speak about everything he just talked about, make no mistake about it, the basketball IQ is off the charts, and that's the difference. It's not about points. That's the difference between winning and losing. I'm sure points, rebounds, assists are all going to take its place. And oh, by the way, at 6'7", he's got a very good handle. Just want to tell you that as well. Anyway, thanks for checking us out, David, once again, brother. Thank you so much. Look forward to next year and what's going to happen in the short term. And I, once again, just can't tell you how grateful and thankful I am that you were part of this organization. All right, man.